Hello everyone. Today I'll be presenting my term project, which is an expense management system designed using UML modeling. This project demonstrates a comprehensive software engineering approach to creating a system that allows users to track expenses, and like manage accounts, generate reports, and to be able to collaborate in groups. Um, so some Before I dive into some details, some of the things I'll be go over is like the objectives, the use case diagram. We're gonna go over the class diagram structure, the activity diagrams, and the user workflows. We're also gonna go over the state diagrams, which is in the somewhere near the end there. Sequence diagrams, which is illustrating object interactions, and then I'm gonna tell you some of the challenges that I faced and how to solve them near the end. So like the objective of this project, is to create a platform where users can register accounts and manage their profiles. You can track personal and business expenses. You can generate detailed financial reports, collaborate with group members on shared expenses, and then you can also ensure data and validation. The system is designed for both users and business teams in mind. For individuals, it provides personal expense tracking, while for businesses, it offers features like group expense management, approval processes, and detailed reporting capabilities. Um, this is all modeled using various UML diagrams to illustrate like the different views of the system. So first I want to start off by going over my use case diagram. So in the diagram, we have two primary actors here, one for the regular user, and then we have one for the admin. Um, the regular user can perform actions like register the account, can log in and log out, you can create group, you can leave that group, you can add the expense, and you can either split the expense or you have an option to upload the receipt too. You can record payment and view your balance. You can view your balance right here. Then you can also leave the group if you want to. And after you leave the group, you can generate a report, which also shows that users can join the business side. You can join the group after you generate that report. Well, let's talk about the admin capabilities. So it has additional capabilities for system management and monitoring. Each use case represents a specific function the system performs, and the connections between actors and use cases show who can perform which actions. Like, for example, notice how the user connects to multiple like expense-related operations that like shows the central role of the expense management in our system. Uh, the relationships between use cases demonstrate like dependencies and extensions. For example, like before adding expenses, uh, yeah, before you add expense, the user must be logged in. You have to be logged in before you can add the expense. Like that shows like a dependency relationship for some of these use cases. And then, um, yeah, in each one of these, I have some scenarios that tells the user what to do. Like for example, user navigates to balances, then the system displays owed amounts and debts, and the other stuff. See the scenario to record payments. User selects balance. User clicks record payment. Yep. Enter the amount. System updates and system notifies receipts. That's why we have this class right here. Um, can help us with the notifications. I'm not gonna go over every single scenario because I think that's too much. But each one of these use cases have scenarios in them um, to explain what each one is going to be able to do. So then that takes us to the class diagram structure. So I'm going to start off with the accounts class. It's like it's the central class of our system with attributes like account number, balance, and expenses. It contains methods for basic operations like add expense, add balance, and create a report. Create a report if you want to. And then I had to make four different class diagrams to show off everything. Um, this is the user class diagram. It contains the profile information with attributes like username, password, and methods to validate the credentials and manage the user information. So to be able to manage user information, you have the customer's email, first name, last name. Um, you have these public print invoices, and you can print the previous expense, which is like the last expense. You can also fix the expenses, and then after that, you can show them. These are the tables where the user puts the username and password and his email and name. So go back, and then now we have the reporting class, which handles all report generation functionality, supporting various report types and formats. Um, so yeah, you have the report settings here, report format, report type. It is OS supported, which is something that is needed in our project. And to export and share, you can export your document, your PDF report or Word document, add a report, export report. You can automatically delete your reports or you can just trash them. And this is the display web OS, display web applications. Uh, that takes us to our final group management class. So for the group management, businesses, this is where businesses can manage and create groups and report the group data. You can manage the group here in different ways. You can show the balance, show expense, fix expenses, fix the balance, and then you can also print invoices and print previous expense. So these are all the classes needed to support this use case model. Now we are going to move on to these state diagrams first. So for this first, I have three diagrams here, three state diagrams. User display data to create a group and to update that data. So in this first one, you start at the dashboard, which is the Splitsmart dashboard. And you can, from here, manage reports. You can create new report. You can either share that report and delete that report. You can also go to view updated reports. And then once you view the updated reports, you can then take it to the final. And that takes us on to the create group state diagram. Once again, you start at the dashboard, but to create a group, you have to first initialize that group. Um, and yeah, once you initialize that group, you can either edit it, you can add a member, remove a member, and then if you don't like the group, you can then manage it again, or you can just delete it and restart at the beginning, like dashboard initialize group. You can add member, and then you can just go straight to manage group and then go straight to the final. Um, and then you have your update data state diagram. So first you start at the dashboard again, which is your Splitsmart app. Then you browse your financial information. You can either add expense or add balance, or you can take the decision to delete the transaction and start over again. If you do that, you're gonna go start at the dashboard again, browse financial information. You can add both of these if you want, or you can just add one, and you can update the finance, or you can view your updated finance and go straight to the final. And then if you still need to edit it, you can actually go browse, and then you can go to this decision and then edit your expense. And yeah, so these diagrams are like particularly useful for understanding the life cycle of key entities like reports, groups, and expenses. So then I'm gonna show you the sequence of like how you create the account. So in our previous labs, 6, 7, and 8, we used actor Anna. So I'm just gonna use that same actor. I just dragged it in um, to both sequence diagrams. So I'm gonna start with the sequence diagram to create the account. So first Anna creates the account, then performs the login. Um, so you select your username, and once security performs a check on that username, you're gonna be able to gain access to the data. And then once you gain access to the data, you can do what you have to do there. And once you're done with that, you can go back to the security and sign out if you want to sign out or log out. So that's the first sequence diagram of how to create the account and log out. Now this other sequence diagram is for the business side, like how to create the group. So first the user Anna creates the account, then she validates the credentials. After it verifies the info, you can then make the group here and add the data for the group. And like you can see here, this is where you add the member data. Like the member data goes in this node. Um, After that, you can manage the group. This is where you manage the group, and you can manage it in whatever way you want to. And then if you want to withdraw from the group or remove yourself from the group, you can just remove from the group. So these diagrams are valuable for understanding like the order of interactions and how messages like flow between like the system components. Um, and that takes us to our final activity diagrams. So first we have the report management workflow. The user starts at the Splitsmart app, which is basically like the dashboard. You can then manage reports. Um, you can manage reports in a way where you want to fix the format. You can either remove the report or you can add a report. Um, the decision right here is so like if you want to manage a report and then you want to like manage a report without adding or removing one, you can just go straight up to fix format from like a previous report if you have one. You can just fix that format. Or you can either add report, and that takes us to the decision where you can either share report or export report. But basically, if you want to share the report, you have to export it. So you just fork and join them, and then yeah, you save and send, and then that takes us to view the updated reports at the final state. Um, so now I'm gonna go and explain the group management activity diagram. It's kind of messy right now, but so you start at the Splitsmart app. You start at the dashboard. You go to team administration, and you have to initialize a group here before you can create a group. Um, and then you can go to this decision, which lets you add members, and then you can manage your group. You can even create a group chat for that group, and then that takes us to the decision where you can add group balance, add expensive, and delete members. And then you can fork and join those all together, and then you have your updated group here. That takes us to the final state. Okay, and this is like how you register. This is for user registration and authentication. So you open Splitsmart and then you create a new user. You then enter an email and password. And once you enter that email and password, you can validate the account. If there's any errors, you can just go back and handle them right here. That's why I have these going back to the email and password. Then this decision takes us to validate the account. Once the account is validated, you then can gain access to the account. Once you gain access to the account, you can add expense, add balance. You can then fork and join those together to view the data. And then if something doesn't look right in the data, you can then go to the settings and edit it. And then you can either upload it to the final or just log out. So some so that is my UML Splitsmart project. So some issues I had was managing too many relationships between like the users and the groups. Um, a solution I had was I just like implemented some tables, some junction tables. Uh, Another issue I had was like creating uh creating the report that's like visually pleasing in a way that's easy to understand. I just fixed that by first doing everything and then like color coding everything and organizing it in a way that you can look at everything like by itself if you want to, like and analyze it. Uh, the tracking system was pretty hard to design too, but I used good state diagrams to, like I made good state diagrams that helped me understand the transitions. And yeah, to summarize, basically this expense management system represents a complete software engineering approach to financial tracking and management through through the various UML diagrams that we went through. The it functions through the use cases, it functions through the class diagrams, it has the dynamic behavior through activity and state diagrams, and the object interactions through the sequence diagrams. It, and it also ensures that all aspects of the system are well designed before implementation begins, which reduces basically the development issues. And like when you go and present like your final project to like a company or something, um, it ensures like a cohesive final project. Um, and yeah, that's it for my UML Split Smart app. Thanks so much for watching.